Hello everybody, welcome back to Commonwealth Flipper. Welcome to the Commonwealth cabin. Today is, I'll tell you what, I'm just kind of shocked. eBay finally did something that I've been talking about for a long time. A lot of folks been talking about for a long time. It might not be what you think it is, but I think it is exciting. I don't know if it's going to be small scale or big scale, but I think this is something worth talking about. But I am under the gun. My wife has me going somewhere tonight, and this is in the morning, the next day after I filmed the last video, and we have a bunch of sales today, which is also exciting because it looks like things are finally ramping up. Let's go take a look. Y'all are gonna have to bear with me for just a second. I think we're gonna run 7 sales here really quickly and then get into this topic and knock it all out in one section and then do the rest of these sales, because we do have to pull a bunch and I'm gonna go rapid fire with them. 27 sales headed out of here today. They didn't all sell yesterday. Some of them sold the day before and a couple of them sold today. But I need to get them all out of here because of some family stuff that's going on. So we're going to do that. Well, we don't do Dibdit sales on here, but we had $378 in Dibdit sales that also need shipped out of here today. And 1 Commons lot for 125 bucks as well that needs to go out of here. And I've been talking a lot lately about the 30% off sale I've run on older items, and another one of those sold. And it is out of the G.I. Joe bin, or actually this is the Motu bin. What am I talking about? G.I. Joe bin is here. And it's been a long time since we got in here. That G.I. Joe lot was a long time ago, and this one took forever, which, you know, it was probably overpriced because it sold when it went on that 30% off. It is a Hiss driver. If I can find is that the Hiss driver? Right there, I think that's it right there. Cobra Hiss driver. I think I had it overpriced because it was one of the few that didn't sell. This one sold for $27.30 plus shipping. It's been over a year. I take that back. It has not been over a year. I think we bought it. Come on in. If you're gonna come in, come in. We bought it last winter, so it hasn't quite been a year yet. And all that stuff sold. And you can just see there's just a few little pieces still left in there. We did really well on that sale. I'm trying to remember what the heck I bought. It was a tiger tail. What the heck did I do with the tiger tail? I found it. I knew I put it in here somewhere. It was just sitting there and it was hard to see for some reason. But I found it. These tiger tails, I buy them often. Well, I haven't bought one in over a year actually, but whenever I see them, I buy them. Exxon, if they're cheap enough, because this one sold very quickly. I probably could have put it out there for a little bit more, but $12.95 for the Exxon tiger tail plus shipping. I love selling pearl snaps, and they were super hot a couple years ago, and they always come back, it seems to me, in the early fall. And these are some nice 2XL pearl snaps. I actually bought these off of Chernox Connection. I believe, I might have my numbers wrong, but this is, you know, a Shop Commons lot that he sells over there, and I usually do pretty good. He picks up stuff super cheap and sells it off in lots. He always sells good stuff. And I paid 40 bucks. I can't remember if I got 15 or 20 of these, but for 40 bucks, this little lot of 3 sold for $40. So I have already sold a few others as well, and I still have a few left. So that is, I tell you what, there's one person I like to buy from on my own site, shopcommons.net. It is Chernox Connection. And you know, I'm not struggling for merchandise right now, but if I struggled in the wintertime, I would go over there and find some lots to sell for sure. And he'd be the first one I'd look at. Next sale is pretty cool. It's something actually I've never sold in all my years, 24 years selling. I've never sold one of these before. I don't know how I've managed that. But this one is cool. It's a metronome. And that metronome right there sold for pretty good money and pretty quickly. $44.95 plus shipping. I rarely sell consoles anymore because there's a lot of work that goes into them, testing and whatever. But this one was clean when I bought it and was complete. So I'm like, we're going to sell it all together as opposed to tearing it apart. And I sell consoles on Dibdit now in bulk on Shop Commons as well. But this one was just too good not to sell over here. PS2 Slim, we got over 80 bucks for it plus shipping. Next one's been sitting on this shelf for a very long time, and it was a D-list and sells similar, and it sold. Lowered the price on it, and it sold quickly. So that's been paying off for us lately as well. I don't want to break this because I think it comes in 3 pieces. Whoa! As I do that, and then I almost break it. Oh, look, see, you gotta get in that notch to get it off. And this little teacup, Swank, maybe? I don't know. But it's signed. And that one, I think I got this off of American Lady Arbitrage, like their last trip across the country, because they had so much. Not this most recent one, and I bought this off of her. And it sold for $28.45 plus shipping. Another D-list, sell similar, sold really, really quickly. We did discount this one fairly decently. I think I started off at like 99 bucks. But we relisted it after it had gone on sale and didn't sell. Actually, I don't think this one did go on sale, to be honest with you. Sold similar. People get all uptight about that. And that mask right there, it is called a Scott O Vista full face respirator. And this was part of that just insane yard sale that we went to early, maybe late spring. And this one sold for $65.95. I think I was into it for a couple of bucks, plus shipping. By the way, I am sorry for my mess here today, but I haven't even gone to the post office today. I called my dad, actually. I'm like, Pop, I need a little help today. Because I'd like to get this stuff shipped too and all that stuff, and I'm not sure I got enough time, but we're going to do our best. So let's talk about eBay. Ken, the Hustle Bee. Some of you may know who he is. Follow him on Instagram if you don't, but I was watching Instagram last night. I couldn't go to sleep for some reason. I was looking at that, and I saw an ad that eBay did. And you know, we talk about eBay never advertising and all this stuff, and it's been a criticism from me for a while, and I hear it out there a lot. You know, you see these eBay auto parts thing ads all the time. I hear Turner. Dad, what's up, buddy?
You want to leave and go get something to eat?
Okay. Are y'all leaving?
Right now, yeah.
Okay, let's go. All right, I'm back, and all the stuff's at the post office, which is cool. So let's get to this. eBay has, in my opinion, not exactly done the best job of advertising. Maybe it's because they felt like they didn't need to for a very long time, and to show those numbers, you know, as being more profitable with less advertising in a given year is probably a big deal to shareholders. However, you got to look 5 years, 10 years into the future. And one of the criticisms is, you know, there's not enough younger buyers on there. And so, you know, eBay Motors ads that you see all over the place, that's fine and dandy. But I've always felt that it was lacking. And it looks like, I might even show this video for a second really quick. I don't even know if I'm allowed to, but I'm going to show it really quick.
It's probably a Vegas showgirl. So many good deals. Had to get these vintage disco pants too. Then I was craving something sporty. Found these in a sick cherry red, authenticated and everything. Thanks, Ken.
Apparently eBay is targeting a younger crowd. And if you're going to target a younger crowd, fashion is a good place to do it. So I guess it's with eBay Fashion. And Ken, the Hustle Bee, appeared in that ad. I don't know if I showed a clip or what I did. I might not have showed anything. I just haven't decided yet. But I talked to him a little bit about the process and how he was involved in it and stuff and how he's there for it and all that. And so this is good news. There are so many ways out there, and I could go off on this because I think so many things are changing. And I kind of talk about this a little bit on the Trash to Cash podcast, but you know, the world is changing dramatically because of social media. Look at all the social media folks who now own their own brands. I mean, you could go, Prime, I mean, not the best example, but there's a ton of names. Let me come up with some real quick. All right, I got some Feastables, Skims. I think that's like a Kardashian thing or something. Chamberlain Coffee, Emma Chamberlain. Crafted, Mr. Beast Burger, 818. I think that's one of the Jenner girls or something. And there are so many of these new brands being owned by people. It's because they already have the built-in advertising. I mean, think about, we talk about, this is kind of why I went to District, because I could work for some other company and whatever and get paid to do it or something. But like we are for eBay, let's face it. I mean, we're making money off of them, but they're making money off of us. But I wanted to do something because I'm looking 5 years into the future. And look at the success of Knickknacks over there. I mean, that's Jocelyn's brand, essentially. And I'm doing the same thing with Shop Commons and Dibdit. It may not be right here, right now, but it's growing, and it's growing quickly. eBay, I think, realizes this, and they're like, hey, and you can't put out the same old tire type ads that people have been doing for years and years on television and whatever. But this ad is apparently showing up on YouTube TV, Discovery Channel on YouTube TV. You know, YouTube TV is different than what you're watching right now, but this is really smart. I think they should be doing more of this. I mean, let's face it, they're bringing in a ton of money from us, and when they've started doing this off-site ads and these promoted listings and stuff, a certain portion of that, in my opinion, if they're making more money because people are doing those things, should be put into advertising. Because if you can bring somebody new to the platform, somebody young to the platform, maybe you bring 10 people and maybe, you know, 3 or 4 of them stick it out and buy long-term over time. Hey, we did that eBay gift card, you know, hashtag check eBay first, give an eBay gift card for Christmas last year. And I made this point. That's why I did it, is if eBay's not going to do it, we need to help bring people to this platform, and they should have something in place to reward us for doing so. Thus far, they haven't. I mean, let's face it, this is the tact that places like Whatnot District, where I'm at, if you're a Dibdit seller, Shop Common seller, if you bring people to the platform, they get $5, you get $5. You know, Whatnot's had all kinds of different things to do that. That stuff is cheap advertising, and it's using sellers to bring people to the platform. It's really something. I'm just walking around in circles here. I just walk right past what I got to get. It's really something I think eBay should implement, but at least this is a step in the right direction, in my opinion. Let me know what you think in the comments. And, you know, at some point, if they don't, and these smaller companies can innovate and reward sellers in this kind of way, and buyers for that matter, and create a loyalty, then that's where you want to be. And I think that's where eBay used to be, kind of, sort of. And I think they are realizing this, and I hope they get back to it, but we'll see. Norfin Trolls, I bought this one at a sale, and I thought maybe it was a $25 bag. And I got it home. There's just a couple little issues. It's in pretty good condition. And I sent an offer out on it, $19.92. It's a pretty cool bag. And it sold. And it sold to a viewer who watched the video. I saw this on the video where you bought this, and I wanted it. Thank you for the offer. I love watching you. You're my favorite reseller to watch. Well, that's very kind. I've been hoping to run into you out picking and get a sticker. I'm a reseller also. So not far from you. My eBay store is Resell to Rescue. I'm working on getting a YouTube channel going. Cat Crazy Collector and Resell to Rescue are my YouTube channels that I've been working on. I rescue and rehome stray and abandoned cats and kittens. Elizabeth, well, that's really, really cool. Thank you very much for the purchase. I appreciate it, and I hope to run into you. We always throw in the little stickers with every order, so we'll do that here too. You know, I'm in the business of social media too. I'm on all kinds of platforms, and I use my social media to advertise my other businesses, if you will. I know I'm a reseller, but, you know, resellers don't sell, you know, merch kind of thing. And I use that, and I use it in this show. You guys hear me talk about it. Some of it's just weaved into reselling when I sell something on Shop Commons, or I sell something over here on Dibdit or whatever. But those are now my platforms, which is amazing. But I use exactly what I'm talking about. I use advertising with other people. I don't pay for it because there's creative ways you could do it. You know, I didn't come on here and just lambaste you every day with videos about Shop Commons. I twist it in and mix it into the videos as they apply to reselling. But I went directly to other people, and I've been on many different podcasts. I'm going to be on more soon. I hope to be on the Nashville Flipper Reselling podcast this week and reselling soon. I'm hoping to go on the Flippin' Fantastic with those two ladies, Flippin' Fantastic podcast with those two ladies. And I'm going to continue to do that stuff to put advertising out for what I'm trying to build and not necessarily have it on here all the time. So this stuff is powerful, and I think we neglect it, we meaning eBay, probably to their peril. But I am glad to see this ad. I'm glad to see it's not an ad that would intrigue me, but at least, you know, I used to say this in my classroom all the time. You know, when we weren't, you know, sometimes there'd be lockdowns or whatever, and kids would just, get on your phone or whatever. Because you're not going to teach for 4 hours straight the same class if something like that happened. And the girls would get on there and they'd be buying stuff and whatever and talking about it. And I'm like, where are you buying that? Where are you doing this? And none of it was eBay. I'm like, golly. And so I would be, show me what you just bought. And then they'd show me what they bought. And I'd go look it up on eBay and it was cheaper. I'm like, why are you going here? There's some kind of a pull in advertising that does that. And I think targeting this stuff, and yeah, maybe it's fashion, maybe you don't sell fashion, but you know, at least it's something. And you get somebody on a platform to start buying, even if it's not in your category. If they like the experience, which is why it's good to have good resellers on the platform. If they like the experience, then they're likely to stay on and think about it next time they buy anything. I'm sure they probably paid for this and all that. And I'd go one step further and say, man, companies can be creative and get their message out way cheaper than they used to be to a targeted audience. Maybe, I mean, there's so many creators out there that are resellers now. Maybe they don't even have to be creators. Maybe you do a contest and whoever wins the contest gets something and those ads run, and you could have multiples. You know, I see people in our space here sometimes doing stuff that I don't really like or do, but, you know, selling courses and all that, and they're actually paying for advertisement and events and stuff, and you see it sponsored, and I don't really do that stuff, but it did get me thinking. This is a Squishmallow, and it's some kind of looking Halloween cat. And so, you know, they say Squishmallow doesn't sell. Well, some of them do. And some of them do at this time of year if it's the right kind of thing. So that one didn't sell for much. But it did sell for $15 plus shipping. I paid $1. Maybe this is something we'll talk about on the Trash to Cash podcast. But maybe we should do a contest for somebody to create a Dibdit ad. And then we could take it and run that ad and see how much benefit there is for, you know, pay for that ad. Pay the person who won the contest or something. And then or maybe for Shop Commons. Maybe I will do that. This is getting me thinking out there. A lot of you are creative. Something to think about, because there are so many different avenues now where you don't have to hire these giant advertising companies. I mean, social media is exactly that. It's all of us taking over media in some way. And the world really is changing. I think the people that are looking 5 and 10 years ahead are going to be the winners 5 and 10 years from now. And I think sometimes big corporations kind of lose focus on that, and that's how the new and up-and-comers can jump in there. But eBay is so big, and it has so many resources that they really could attack this thing and really increase the buyer base and the younger age buyer base of eBay. I think it's time that should have been done probably sooner than this. PS4 controller, $18 plus shipping. All right, look, I'll do an ad for my own website right here, or my own marketplace, shopcommons.net. I just sold, do you remember the Duro decals that I had? So I bought them from my Aunt Lori along with a box, and there were tons of them. And I think I paid $75 for all of it, and I've probably sold $300 or $400 worth out of there, but they're slow sellers, multi-quantity. There's so many of some that I literally think I'd be Social Security before I sold them all. And the sales on them had slowed. You know, we get one here and there. If you watch the videos, you've seen me sell those Duro decals in the past. And there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them. We had them listed anywhere between like $6 and $14 or something like that. I'm like, you know what? Somebody else is going to do better with these. Sell them. They have some way they can sell these better, quicker. And so I put them all out there for $125. I don't know if I've showed it to you yet, but... And they sold for $125 plus shipping. We've already made a couple $100 off of them, maybe a little bit more, and now $125. And somebody's going to make, there's probably $800 to $1,000 in profit in there. But it's probably going to take years to get it. So somebody's got that opportunity now, and that's kind of the way I designed this reseller to reseller wholesale marketplace. And I've both bought and sold over there. By the way, we are going to do the hashtag Give an eBay gift card for Christmas. I'm going to buy a bunch like I did last year and give them away on almost every show. Maybe on every show. We'll see. Maybe every other. I'm not quite sure yet. But we're going to do those. I'm trying to find $10 gift cards. I swear I bought $10 eBay gift cards last year. And when I went down to, I think CVS has them, 7-Eleven, different places. When I went down there, they only had $25 and above ones. So I'd like to give those away, $10 gift cards all the time on this show and on Dibdit as well. Although that's a little funny, right? You're on one platform. Maybe we'll just do it on this show. And I loved giving those out last year and encouraged people, hey, if you normally give out Amazon gift cards and stuff to your kids' teachers or whoever, the mailman or something, instead of doing that, give away eBay gift cards, because after the season is over, those people start spending in January, and January kind of extends Q4 into Q1. I know we did that last year. Haven't sold a hat in a while. And I probably bought $500-600 worth of gift cards and gave them away on different platforms and gave them away to friends and family and all that. And hey, if you're going to do it anyways, you might as well be eBay. It can help us all out throughout the year, and maybe even bring in some new buyers. Toyo tires. I remember somebody commenting that was a bad buy in a video, and I'm like, really? I think it's a brand new Toyo hat. I like it. And it's $18.95 plus shipping. However, I will say that hat sales have been slow. It has not sped up at all for me. It did speed up in the late spring and summer, but it has slowed again. Look at it. I mean, we got hats, and I haven't sold one in 10 days. Not a good sign. I will say the higher end ones are still doing pretty well. So am I off base? Should eBay not advertise at all? Or should they be advertising? Should they just be doing it through the promoted offsite stuff and advertising particular items? I think there needs to be a limited, focused, cost-effective ad campaign, and targeting it at the right audience, the new audience, and reminding people that you can find better deals there. Hashtag check eBay first. This is Tupperware Egg Keeper, and if they're $1, I'd pick them up. $12. No, $11 plus shipping. You know, I really do think eBay, they've got some, I don't talk about this much, but they've got some really good people over there now. And I feel like they have some of the best people over there right now that they've had in a long time. And I'm not talking about every single person in every single position, but I certainly know that they've got some good, smart folks over there. And a rebranding of sorts and ad campaigns might be really, really long overdue. There you go. Speaking of free advertising, and I know, Matt, you didn't do this for free advertising, but I like you. ABC Matt bought these cards. His channel, ABC Matt, got to 1,000 subscribers. So thank y'all who have gone over there. He's been working hard at it for years. Super nice guy. I even have my ABC Matt hat on. And these Skybox cards, we've sold a few, but we haven't sold a ton of them because they are pricey packs. EXL 95-96 cards. These sold for, I don't know what they sold for. $26.95. And Matt, you were at the Trash Cash Florida Bash. That was fun to meet you there. Is that the first time I met you? It might be. Unless you were, yeah, I think that's right. Anyway, you're up there in the Pacific Northwest. Thank you for supporting me. You're very, very welcome. You deserve it. Trash to Cash, I probably shouldn't read this. You sure you want to say this, Matt? Trash to Cash podcast is nothing without you. Dave and Carrie underestimate the value you bring to the podcast. You better not let them hear that. Oh, my goodness gracious. Well, let me tell you this, and this is some honesty for you, Matt. That podcast, I watched those two clowns over there on that podcast, and I just saw what they bring to the table. And I was like, I want to be a part of that because I think I was the missing piece to it. And that podcast works because all three of us are there. And, you know, I don't want to say too much nice about Dave and Carrie, but Dave is a really, really smart guy, and he works extremely hard. And he makes that podcast work. And without Carrie on there, me and Dave would probably kill each other. So Carrie is the glue and the comic relief. So at any rate, I love doing the podcast, even though they do frustrate me from time to time. So I appreciate that. And I appreciate the purchase, and congratulations on 1K subs on YouTube. It's kind of weird. Haven't sold these in forever. Sold 2 in 2 days. And the reason is pretty simple, actually, because I decided I would let my multi-quantity listings also go on 30% off. And that's what I did with some of them. Not all of them, but some of them. And the Kevin Nash Skull Cap sold a second straight day, $9.07 free ship. All right, some Commonwealth Picker Channel inside information. I've said this before, so it's no secret. But every once in a while, something happens at a sale I think is funny, and I want to keep it on a video, so I find something to buy. This is what I found to buy at that sale. And they're not huge money, but they're some money, and I made a little bit of money on them. Beavis and Butthead Season 1, or Volume 1, Volume 2, and I'm assuming Volume 3 right there, but they are used. I think I paid $5 or maybe $2 a piece. It was $6, and I said $5, and they said yes. And they sold for $19.95, and they sold to a viewer. I think we had 3 definite viewer sales today out of 27 eBay sales, and probably a few more repeat buyers in there that were viewers. By the way, I've got some, speaking of new eBay buyers, I've had a bunch of those lately. And maybe it seems like every day there's a brand new one. And sometimes there are people that watch on Facebook come over and see something and they buy something. And that's the kind of stuff I love. That's the good part about YouTube resellers, right? They do bring in the people who are not resellers, who have never bought on eBay, and they see this stuff and they realize, hey, some of this stuff's cool and I want that thing. And they go over and buy. And if they have a good experience, then they're going to come back and buy some more from everybody, not just me, but from all types of folks. This one went to Jonathan. I think that's the name. Kevin, can you... Sure. Can you sign all 3 boxes and throw in a sticker? I watch YouTube show to help identify items to watch for, and information you provide greatly appreciated. I bought one of your first comic lots on Shop Commons and covered a decent amount of the cost selling the duplicates at a yard sale. That's really cool. I like that. I have some more. I need to get some of those back up. And I'm making a little profit, but I'm not making a killing, but they come in, they go out pretty quick, and I like to do that turnover. So there are not a ton of comics over there right now. Maybe I need to put one up today. But I usually sell them by the hundreds. So, at any rate, been reselling in earnest after back surgeries, ending my ability to sit at a desk, and needed a way to contribute to the budget without hurting. I tell you what, I hear this all the time, and that it really truly is awesome. So congrats for that. Seller Gotfrogs underscore sells, and Metro Mighty Mouse is the store. Okay, very, very cool. Thank you, and I appreciate you buying on Shop Commons. And for those of you who haven't, if you want to go look over there, if you've never bought over there before, if you use code Commonwealth, you get $5 off of whatever order you get. I don't know if you remember me saying that baseball and softball sell still in the fall. It's a great season to sell it. I know, because I spend a fortune on Turner's pants, and we'll go on eBay and we'll buy on eBay. We'll buy used pants because he's going to destroy them in practice anyways, and we'll buy new pants, and we can save, you know, going to Dick's, it's expensive. Think about this. This was probably bought at Dick's, is my guess. $50. These are softball pants. $50. And this person was able to get them for $19.95 plus shipping. Out the door, they're in for like $28. And so they just saved $22 by buying it off of eBay. And I'm an eBay buyer. I buy a bunch. And I think that's something that, I mean, even if it's a credit, right? You bring somebody new to eBay somehow, you know, social media, some method, your own family, something like that. You know, if you get a credit, that would be huge. I think that people would go on, you know, eBay has a huge marketplace of buyers, but they also have a huge seller base. Turning your sellers into buyers is a big, big deal. And I think that they could probably do a little bit better job at that as well. And I usually put my money where my mouth is. I have not personally made an Amazon order in years. My wife will from time to time, but she knows if an Amazon box shows up, it better not be something I could have got cheaper on eBay. Usually it isn't. I edited out that bin hitting the ground. I gotta find this right one. The Severe Bradley. We've sold 3 in 3 days, y'all. See, I tell you, they will still sell. Clean, cheap, and identify the pattern. You can make some sales. And we have, there it is right there. That bag was $1 at the 127 sale. It's like that's an interesting one for Vera. Certainly unique. And it sold for $19.95 plus shipping. All right, here is the giveaway for the 80stees.com t-shirt, the flux capacitor from last video, and the winner is Dawn Taylor. Dawn Taylor. There is a link below for 80stees.com, y'all. They send me t-shirts, and I give away whichever one I'm wearing, and Dawn won the flex capacitor one in her size, and it's DAWN, so I'm assuming it's her size. And so I am going to ask you to email me, and I'll ask you a couple questions, make sure it's you, and commonwealthpicker@gmail.com, or you could send it to jess.commonwealthpicker@gmail.com, and she'll give you their information at 80s Tees. You can tell them what shirt, what size, and they'll ship it to you for free. There is a link below. Code Commonwealth will get you a discount over there if you want to check out what they got. The holidays are coming up. Speaking of putting your money where your mouth is in the holidays, we have always done over on the Trash to Cash podcast Facebook group, Trash to Cash Reseller Facebook group, we always have people post their stores in Q4 over there, and I'll go through and I'll try to find certain items, and I buy gifts for people off of resellers that are members of that podcast, i.e. a lot of them are over here, or not the podcast, but the reseller group. This is an Ultima 5 tins unit. And I thought when I bought it, it was a $25 unit, and I got it home because I paid $5 for it. And I got it home and I'm like, oop, wrong one. But it's still sold for $16 plus shipping, so there's a little profit in it. So in addition to that, I usually ask people on this channel if there's something in particular I'm looking for as a gift for my brother, for somebody that's a vintage item or something. I will ask this audience, if you haven't been watching for the last few years, and ask people to tell me if they have that in their store. And then I'll go and I'll buy it off of them. It's just a way to support each other a little bit. You guys give so much to us. We try to give back. This year we're going to do that on Dibbed It as well. So I am going to purposely go on there hunting for gifts for my family, for friends, for acquaintances. And I'm going to do it on that platform in addition to doing what we typically do as well. One thing I love about these Smalls drawers is I can pull them out and look a lot easier. And this one was in the bottom of this down here. It's a deployment coin. I don't know which one this is, but it sold for $14.95 plus shipping. Before I put this up, I thought I'd show you this right here. I don't have a deal of the day for Dibbed It. Maybe this is already listed on eBay though. I saw this little vintage woodblock print and I thought, man, somebody might want that for Halloween. And I grabbed it. And there's some sold comps over there. I think I have a list for like 20 some bucks, but anyway, I thought I'd show you that since Halloween is coming up. Sold a Scooby-Doo keychain. Hey, I got it right. And $7.66. These you pick up, people buy them for stocking stuffers and stuff. So this pickup in Q4. We haven't sold a ton this year, but we did last Q4, and I imagine we will too. Same thing with the ET pins. Sold some snow pants, Pulse snow pants. That might be them right there, actually. Although it looked a little lighter in the picture, but those look like snow pants, don't they? Are they Pulse snow pants? Yep. $18.95 plus shipping. Bought them in a giant lot of stuff, so I'm probably into this for less than $1, believe it or not. I think that's right. Sold some more camo, and if you remember, we dumped a bunch of it on Shop Commons because I had so much of it. And we kept some as well. And this sold a little youth scent blocker for $20 plus shipping. All right, Reagan's got to thank some folks.
Casey, Kathleen, Deborah, and Matt all got a CWP blacklight.
Yeah, let's see it. You want to see it in motion here? Check it out. It's a little keychain blacklight, so you always have it. And Reagan is selling them over on Dibbed.com and maybe on CommonwealthPicker.com. I keep forgetting to get them up. But you can find them over there. So thank you, Reagan. I appreciate it.
Bye. And don't forget to get your stickers at CommonwealthPicker.com.
Hey, we got a little black kitty in here. It's almost your time of year, isn't it? Huh? That's right. You like to fall on Halloween. You're a black kitty. What do you got, buddy? Commonwealth Comedy.
How do you surprise a pumpkin?
How do you surprise a pumpkin? I don't know how.
You catch them off guard.
Thank you, bud.
Bye.
If you remember, I was at a sale and the lady was selling kids' clothes for $1. I normally pass it up, but there was a Carhartt, so I bought it. And it's a, that might be it right there. It's a, that looks like Carhartt. I thought it was lighter than that though, but it's a little toddler Carhartt. And I think we did an offer on this. Let me look at it. This one was to a viewer as well. Hey there, it sold for, it's a 2T, sold for $9 plus shipping, so. Anyway, hey there, I recently started watching your Picker and Flipper channels. Well, thank you. I've learned so much in just a month. Thanks a bunch. Well, we appreciate that very much. I'm glad you're watching. I'll make sure it's the right one. I think you got a pretty good deal. I didn't make a ton of money on it, of course, but I bought it for $1, so I'm glad it's in good shape. I think that's probably, how much is that thing brand new? I'm curious. I don't buy a Carhartt, but I bet that thing was like 30 bucks. So thank you, Jennifer. I hope your little 2T out there likes it. This is another Dawn Lady Arbitrage. I think we sold 2 yesterday that we got from her and 2 today. Now the key is to find it. Oh, there it is right there. I see it. I knew we put it here just the other day. Sold pretty quick. It's Henry Tuskers in Transit. It is an elephant of some sort. And I don't want to take it out, to be honest with you. So for $17.96 plus shipping. I did a trade with Pickin' and Punchin' with Rod. Flippin' and Punchin' and Pickin' and Punchin' on YouTube. He's the co-host on Cat the Nurse Flipper's show. He's a good friend of mine. By the way, he's going to be doing a massive Dibbed It show selling off. Like, I've already bid on a couple things because I'm like, holy moly, dude. Starting this stuff at $1. And it's going to be crazy. I think that's on the 18th. We're going to have massive shows with high quality stuff over on Dibdit. It's going to be fun. And I made a trade with him, some cards. Matter of fact, I traded him some of these cards here and some other stuff, along with, I don't remember exactly, to be honest with you, but we traded. And he gave me a bunch of cassettes, and I gave him some cards. And both of these cassette lots, we ended up doing an auction. I pulled a few out to sell separately, and so I've got a few singles here, and then I sold off 2 lots. And this will tell you, a lot of people ask me, you know, I buy cassettes and they don't sell. Well, you're buying the wrong cassettes, to put it bluntly. So these are okay. This lot of 18 sold for like $13 on auction. But the titles in there are not amazing. There's a few good ones. The Colt, Kansas, Billy Joel. There's a Journey in there. There's one Queen, Santana Foreigner. But not the absolute best. These are way better titles right here. The rock stuff does way, way better. And there's some rock in there. There's some kind of crossover. But this is a good one. Rat, Cheap Trick. A couple of White Snakes in there. There's got some really, really good titles in this one. And it sold for way more. So this one sold for $40. This one sold for... Wait a minute. Let me get this. Yeah, this one sold for $13 plus shipping. And then we had a bunch of singles we could get around $8 to $15 a piece for. So, and some of these, to be honest with you, might be around the $8 range. Alice Cooper, Meatloaf, love it. Just noticed that name right there. It's Bradley, so Crosley Field. So we recognize your name even though you didn't leave a comment. So thank you. The other one, Marianne, maybe. But I wanted to thank you both just in case. By the way, those would have sold just listing them to buy it now for a little bit more money. I just made the decision that we were going to auction them off instead because I'm kind of out of space back here. So I would definitely think that you could get 50 for the better one, maybe 60, probably 60, and 25 for the one that got 13. But who knows how long it would take, and that was a guarantee. And this, oh, this is pretty cool. By the way, it might be loud out there. They're out there baling hay. This was at a sale, and it was like a bundle deal. They had this, and it had new with tags. This water hydration system, tactical. This is a high-end one. And they had a bunch of camo and uniforms and stuff. And I saw this, and I'm like, that's got to be 40 bucks. Got to be. And so it really helped me make an offer for everything that I bought. And I bought a bunch. And that one was pretty good. That one sold for $45.96 plus shipping. Put me in the profit before I even dug into the camo, which was a really good deal. I wish I would have remembered this when Turner was here, but I didn't. This came from our buddy Roman. Used to be Anytime Picker. Somebody told me you weren't Anytime Picker anymore, Roman. I'll have to check it out. If you're something else, I'll put it on the screen right here. But he sent this really nice message to us. This rare vintage book. I think it would be great for Turner to read since he plays baseball. This is really cool, and what makes it even better, as you can tell, that was a library book back in the day. Board of Education, Canton City. Like Miss Campbell's class. Really cool. That is awesome. And I will give it to him. Roman, you're always kind to us. So thank you. That's a cool book. Just people buy old books just for decor too. It's really awesome. So thank you, Roman. We really do appreciate you, my friend. I had to look, Roman. Now it's Roman Adventures is your channel. So anyway, I wanted to show you something real quick before I let you go. I have a little issue there, but I've been waiting to get stuff up here forever, and I finally am going to. I've pulled out a few different things down here that we're going to finally post up here and complete that. Maybe I'll start putting stuff on the ceiling after that. I'm not quite sure, but got my drill and I'm ready to roll. Maybe, probably not the next episode, but maybe the one after that. And I got a bunch of work ahead of me because I still got to get some Dibdit stuff that needs shipped as well. That doesn't look like 27 items. Small today. Won't be too bad shipping. There's a bunch of smalls underneath that, I guess. Hey, let me know what you think about eBay and advertising. Is it money well spent if they do it right? Tell me what you think in the comments below, and I can't wait to see you next time.